Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Shong. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. The US expects a war with China in 2025, according to General Mike Minihan, the head of the Air Mobility Command. He said the US's main goal should be to deter and, if required, defeat China. The shocking comment was in an internal memorandum signed off by General Minihan and was confirmed to be genuine by the Pentagon. The memo has been circulating on social media and was first reported by NBC News and is dated February 1st of this year. It contains several pointers, including one titled End State and Risk, and also projects targets from February to April this year. Under the end state pointer, the general called for a fortified, ready, integrated, and agile joint force maneuver team to fight and win inside the first island chain. It is unclear exactly which island chain General Minihan is referring to. The US and its regional allies in China have consistently sought to one-up each other in the contested South China Sea region. In the memo, General Minihan said Beijing will be eyeing Taiwan's presidential elections next year. Chinese President Xi Jinping might use it as an excuse to escalate the military aggression in the region. What's more, the US presidential election is in the same year, and China might calculate that the US might be distracted. I hope I'm wrong. My gut tells me we will fight in 2025, General Minihan said in the memorandum. Xi's team, reason, and opportunity are all aligned for 2025, he said. The memorandum is addressed to all Air Wing commanders in the Air Mobility Command and other Air Force operational commanders. For February, it orders them to report all major efforts to prepare for the fight against China to the general by the 28th of that month. The general's February target also directs all AMC personnel to fire a clip into a 7-meter target with the full understanding that unrepentant lethality matters most. Aim forward ahead. According to NBC News report, all personnel have been asked to update their records and emergency contacts. For March, the general asks all AMC personnel to consider their personal affairs and whether a visit should be scheduled with their serving base legal office to ensure they are legally ready and prepared. Asking personnel to account for some risk in training, the memorandum states. Run deliberately, not recklessly, adding that if you are comfortable in your approach to training, then you are not taking enough risk. The Air Mobility Command has close to 50,000 service members and about 500 planes. The Air Force Wing is responsible for transport and refueling. The general also claimed that this was the first of 8 monthly directives from him and added that they were not up for negotiation. However, the remarks were written off by the Department of Defense, saying they do not reflect the department's view on China. Last Sunday, when appearing on Fox News Sunday, Representative Michael McCall from Texas, the new chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the U.S. House of Representatives, said, "I hope he's wrong. I think he's right though, unfortunately." McCall explained that China very much wants reunification of Taiwan with mainland China. He said that could come about through influencing the Taiwanese election in early 2024. If China failed to take control of Taiwan bloodlessly, then they are going to look at a military invasion, in my judgment. We have to be prepared for this, McCall said. He also said, as long as Biden is in office projecting weakness, there are very high odds of this happening. He cited the Biden administration's failure with the withdrawal from Afghanistan, which he said led to Russia invading Ukraine. For some in the United States, urgency in countering China's military threat is often tied to the ambition of Xi, who has stoked nationalism and adopted an assertive diplomatic stance. Regarding Taiwan, the most sensitive issue in the bilateral relationship, Xi has said that the problem cannot be passed down from generation to generation, leading some analysts to argue that he considers unification is his task to complete. While peaceful reunification remains the Communist Party's preferred solution to disagreements with Taipei, it will never abandon the right to use of force if necessary, she said at a recent meeting of top party officials. By keeping that option open, he added, China wants to deter Taiwan independence forces and foreign interference, meaning the United States. Beijing's view is that the United States is entirely to blame for diplomatic and military tensions. An official white paper about China's Taiwan strategy released last summer accused Washington of using Taiwan to contain China. Under Xi's urging, China's military has made rapid headway towards its goal of becoming a world-class fighting force on par with the United States by 2050. But People's Liberation Army has no real combat experience. The last war China fought was a brief but bloody conflict with Vietnam in 1979. But the official defense budget has grown from $114 billion in 2014 to $230 billion in 2022. The real figure is probably higher. Being able to take Taiwan by force is the primary objective of Chinese military modernization, and the People's Liberation Army has ramped up shows of force in recent months in response to the Pelosi visit in August. China rehearsed a blockade of Taiwan by firing missiles and sending battleships and warplanes into strategically important locations on all sides of the main island. Chinese fighter jets regularly venture close to Taiwanese airspace. Flight paths that cross an unofficial boundary running down the middle of the Taiwan Strait, unheard of before 2021, had become routine by the end of 2022. A lot of dates get thrown around when discussing a potential military invasion of Taiwan. There's 2027, the 100-year anniversary of the founding of the People's Liberation Army. Another two leading contenders are 2035, the year when Xi wants China to basically achieve socialist modernization, and 2049, the centennial of the founding of the People's Republic. Now, according to General Minahan, 2025 is a possibility. Taiwanese officials agree that the PLA is ready. Taiwan's Defense Minister Chu Kuo-cheng said last year that the Chinese military would be fully prepared for an invasion by 2025, adding that the situation after Pelosi's visit was the toughest I have ever seen in more than 40 years. And the President Tsai Ing-wen, Taipei has strengthened its informal diplomacy with democratic allies, including the United States, and positioned itself as a bulwark against authoritarian expansionism in the region. But the question is not merely about China's military might, but also whether it is willing to gamble on confrontation with the United States and international fallout from violently enforcing sovereignty claims. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.